Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. And today, I seen this video on LTE's channel where he did the party surge of all 5 major candidates, and I think as well as Bernie Sanders, but I'm not doing Bernie Sanders, I'm just doing these 5 candidates right here. And if they all polled similar well, so I'm doing like 15 to 35, like Clinton's at 35, Stein's at 15, and Trump, Johnson, and McMullen are in the middle. So, let's start filling out these states. So I think I'm just going to go west to east, or let's do east to west. I never do east to west, so let's do east to west. Maine's first district, I think that'll go to Clinton by a likely margin. I think Stein will be taking some votes away from her, as well as McMullen and Johnson. I think these 3 will be taking votes away from Clinton. Not so much Trump, but I do think Trump's going to win Maine's second district by a likely margin. I do think he's going to narrowly pick up the state of Maine this time around. I think the vote splitting will be too much for Clinton to be able to keep the state. I think he will win the state. I think he will also win the state of New Hampshire as well. Vote splitting again. I think Clinton will pick up Vermont by a likely margin. I think some of the Sanders vote will go to Jill Stein. They'll see her as the next progressive hero, I guess you could say. Even though Jill Stein's from the state of Massachusetts, I don't think she will care. I think Clinton will still win it by a safe margin. She won it by 30 plus. Rhode Island, however, I think that will go to a likely margin. Connecticut, New Jersey, all these states right down here will be safe for Clinton, easily, in my opinion, besides Rhode Island. New York will stay safe. I do think Trump is going to nearly hold the state of Pennsylvania. I think Trump has more of that appeal to Pennsylvania, and he would have to go to the Rust Belt more than he did IRL. Chart leans. Why'd you do that to my map? My map changed. What the hell? Fix that. He'll win West Virginia, safe. He'll win Kentucky, safe. Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Arkansas will be safe as well. All of these states down through here. Kind of a red wall, I guess you could say. See what I did there? They'll all be safe. Virginia will be closer. Clinton won't win it by a likely margin. She'll win it by 3. Vote splitting again. North Carolina, Trump won't win it by 2 or excuse me 3 like he did in real life. He'll win. It will be close. It will be closer race. Especially with the Libertarian vote in North Carolina. There's quite a few. South Carolina will be likely. It'll be a 9-point win for Trump. McMullen will most likely overtake Clinton when it comes to votes, and he'll make it close. Lindsey Graham would have endorsed him in this timeline instead of just announcing he voted for him. He would have actually endorsed him. He all but endorsed McMullen in 2016, but he'll endorse him this time, which will make South Carolina a bit closer, in my opinion. Georgia will be closer as well. It'll be like a 3 to 4 point win for Trump. Florida, that'll go to Trump by a tilt margin as well. A lot of these states are going to be under 10, in my opinion. With 5 people all polling roughly the same, it'll make states a lot closer. And Florida will be one of those states. Ohio, that'll be lean. It'll be a 3 to 4 point win for Trump. Indiana, likely. I think a lot of Libertarian voters in the state will actually pull out for Johnson. He's very good at turnout. He was able to turn out 3% of the 3% of the Libertarian, or he was able to pull out enough voters to get 3% of the vote, which is the best, and since Ross Perot winning 18%. Illinois, that'll stay safe. If Kanye runs in 2024, then it'll be lean for him, in my opinion. However, Michigan and Wisconsin will go to Clinton. I think enough of the voter split. I think if Stein was on the debate stage with Clinton, Clinton would just, knockout blow Stein, and we wouldn't have to worry about that Stein spoiler thing. That should be tilt. Michigan and Wisconsin will still be as close as they were, but they'll go to Clinton. Minnesota will also be tilt. Evan McMullen had a fairly good number of votes in the state, enough to make sure Trump did not win the state, and he might actually be third. Honestly, Johnson wouldn't have enough support in Minnesota. McMullen barely had enough support, but he had enough support to take votes away from Trump. And if he was polling roughly the same as the other candidates, then I think he would be able to pull out 3rd place, just maybe a point or 2 behind Trump. Ohio, similar to Iowa's going to be similar to Ohio. It's going to be a 3 to 6 or 4 to 6 point win. I'm going to put it lean. I think that makes more sense to me. Missouri will be an 8 to 9 point lead for Trump. It'll be close. The Dakotas, Wyoming, all that is safe. All of Nebraska except the 2nd district, which I do think will go to Clinton by a tilt margin. All because of vote splitting. Kansas and Montana will go likely. They're becoming closer and closer in recent years. These are two states I do believe is trending blue. It would not surprise me if Kansas flips blue in 2020. But again, we have not had the Kansas primary yet. Jesus Christ, I honestly can't wait to call that. Or not to call it, but like, to see it get called. I'm hoping for Marshall. Definitely a better candidate than Kobach. Kobach should most likely be the, if I had to guess, secretary... I'm going to say secretary... I don't know. He should be in Trump's cabinet, but like I can't think of what position he'd be off the top of my head. Oklahoma would be likely as well. There is a good number of let's just say Gary Johnson was a major candidate on the ballot in Oklahoma. He got like 8% of the vote in Oklahoma. Either that or Alaska, which it'll be likely as well. A good number of libertarian voters are from these states, and I think that will be taking a good chunk of the vote away from Trump. Oklahoma, Alaska, those Johnson will guarantee a second in these two states. That's a guarantee. In Texas, however, I think the vote splitting with Trump, Johnson, and McMullen would make Texas a 2 to 3 point win for Donald Trump. And then you would really start hearing, "Oh my Jesus Christ, Texas is trending blue! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh!" That's, just something you gotta, just something we gotta hear in this timeline as well. Colorado, I'm gonna say that's lean Clinton. Lean as it did in real life, but it'll be like 1 to 2. Johnson is going to take away some of the vote Clinton got, the never Trump libertarian Democrat vote, I guess you could say, that didn't trust Johnson and or trusted Johnson but didn't want to throw their vote away, let's say. So Johnson will take away some of the vote in Colorado, but Johnson will pick up a state. He'll pick up, he'll pick up New Mexico by a lean margin. He was able to win roughly about 20 or 15 to 20% of the vote in New Mexico. He did very well in New Mexico, as well as Evan McMullen in Utah. I think he'd win Utah by a lean margin as well. These two states would go lean for the third-party candidate, just in my opinion. Idaho, however, I think that'll lean to Trump. Not because Clinton will get a huge boost from the three-way vote split from the from the right, I guess you could say. But it'll be more like Evan McMullen just did well in Idaho. The Mormon crossover vote from Utah to Idaho really helped him out, and I think it would help him out even greatly if he was a major candidate. Arizona, however, I think that would flip in this timeline. Arizona would tilt blue. Same thing with Nevada, it would tilt red this time. Trump was actually ahead in the polling against Clinton. I think with the whole votes, as well as with vote splitting, I think it could even get I think it would be even higher, and Trump would guarantee a win in the state. Hawaii would be likely blue, as well as Washington, just for the simple fact, again, similar with Vermont, a lot of Sanders support would go from Clinton to Jill Stein, despite Bernie Sanders supporting Hillary Clinton. That is just my opinion. I feel like the Green Party is pretty much essentially the biggest home for the socialists, pretty much, besides the Democrat Party. I'm going to make a video on the political parties in 10 years, like I did with the Senate, so there's something to go. Oregon will also be likely. It'll be a 7 to 8 point win for Clinton. She only won it by 10, and with the votes splitting from her and Stein, it'll get even closer. California is safe no matter what. And so with this, we do have a winner. Donald Trump has defeated Hillary Clinton 274 to 253 to 6 to 5 to 0. Jill Stein, you don't get delegates. Now, tell me if you think I'm wrong. Now, if you want, Utah could be safe. I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. If you guys disagree with my margins or just agree with my states in general, tell me. And I'll just sit here and let you yell at me, because that's what I always do. Anyway, guys, this is the Chaotic One saying peace.